Welcome, young adventurers, to our story time. Snuggle in, close your eyes, and let the tale carry you across snow-bright mountains to a land of wonder. Today we share East of the Sun, West of the Moon. Once upon a time, a humble woodcutter lived at the edge of a great forest with his wife and their many children. Their little cottage was always chilly. The wind whistled through the cracks in the walls, and in winter the snow piled almost up to the windowsills. Every day the woodcutter trudged into the forest to chop logs, and every evening he returned tired and hungry. No matter how hard he worked, there was never quite enough bread on the table or warm clothes on his children's backs. Among all his sons and daughters, Hannah was the sweetest, with bright, curious eyes and soft golden hair that caught the firelight. She helped her mother tend the chickens and gathered berries in summer. Although she wore patched dresses and her shoes were full of holes, her laughter seemed to make the whole cottage shine. One blustery autumn night, the wind rattled the shutters and dark clouds raced across the sky. Rain lashed at the window panes and made the oil lamps gutter in the drafts. The family huddled around the hearth, trying to keep warm, when tap, 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 something tapped on the glass. "Stay here, I'll see to it." On the muddy step stood a huge white bear, fur glowing against the storm. The bear raised a massive paw and spoke in a gentle voice.
"Good evening, sir. I know your hardships. Give me your eldest daughter, Hannah, and I will fill your home with gold and warmth, and you will never know hunger again."
I must ask her first."
"Very well. I shall return in 7 days."
With that promise, the bear bounded off into the rain, leaving huge paw prints in the mud. For a week the family whispered,
"Hannah, think of your little brothers, how they shiver."
"You would live in a grand castle, no more hunger."
But the girl looked down at her patched dress and scuffed shoes and felt her heart tighten. She thought of her mother's gentle hug at bedtime and her father's sleepy smile as he tucked her in. Could she really leave them? On the 7th night, she smoothed her patched dress and spoke.
"I will go with the white bear if it means my family is safe."
Her parents wept with gratitude, hugging her tight. The next evening, she washed her one good dress, sewed a ribbon in her hair, and packed a small bundle of bread, cheese, and a wooden comb. Dawn broke, grey and wet. The bear knelt. Hannah climbed onto his shaggy back.
"Hold tight. Tomorrow we dine in my castle."
They travelled through the stormy night. The wind screamed in her ears, but the bear strode steadily, the paws crunching on hidden paths. By dawn they reached a steep, rocky hill. The bear rapped its paw on the stone 3 times. A hidden door swung open, revealing a tunnel lit by glowing crystals. Inside, air smelled of orange blossoms and roast chestnuts. The tunnel led to a great hall hung with silver chandeliers and velvet tapestries. Tables groaned under platters of roasted meat, steaming vegetables, and mountains of sweet pastries. The girl's eyes grew wide.
"Eat and rest. Tonight you will sleep in a room fit for a princess."
After supper, he showed her a tall silver bell.
"This bell will answer your every wish. Ring once for clean clothes, twice for books, thrice for anything your heart desires, so long as it is good."
"It's magical."
He guided her into a bedroom whose walls were carved from white marble. The bed was piled with silken pillows and covered in a snowy quilt. Tapestries along the walls told stories of courageous knights and enchanted forests.
"It's more beautiful than anything I have ever seen."
"It is yours, for as long as you remain here."
She blew out her candle, and as the moonlight filtered through a tall window, the bear shifted shape. Fur melted away, and he became a tall, gentle prince in a cloak of white. Through the night, he watched over her. By dawn, he returned to bear form and vanished through a secret door. For many days, Hannah lived in that splendid castle. Each morning, she ate honeyed scones in a sunlit hall. Each afternoon, she wandered through rose gardens that glowed with dew and watched swans glide on a crystal pond. She learned to read fine, illustrated books and practiced embroidery with golden thread. Whenever she needed anything, a warm cloak, a new book, a sparkling jewel, she rang her silver bell, and it appeared instantly. Yet with all its wonders, loneliness crept in. The dinner table had only 2 chairs. The gardens, though beautiful, had no other children to play with. She missed the noisy chatter of her brothers and the patter of her sisters. She missed her mother's lullabies and her father's gentle cough by the fireside. One starlit evening she whispered her longing.
Bear, you have shown me kindness, but my heart aches for home.
That night the bear told Hannah of his human form under the silvery moon, and that no one should ever see him that way. He took her hand gently.
We shall visit, but please tell no one of my knightly form, nor be alone with your mother, for I fear she will convince you to see my knightly form.
I promise.
At dawn she rode the bear across rivers and hills to the woodcutter's yard. There, piled high with sacks of grain and warm blankets, stood her family, cheering as she landed in the yard.
My dear child, we thought we'd lost you forever.
Look at all this wealth. How can we ever thank you?
Inside, the house glowed with light and music. Her brothers played flutes, her sisters danced, and neighbours feasted on warm stew. She told them of silver halls and golden gates, but she held back the secret of the bear man. But as dusk fell,
Speak with me alone, daughter.
I cannot.
candlelight and gentle pleading wore her resolve thin. She revealed the prince's secret. Her mother pressed a beeswax candle into her palm.
You must see him for yourself. Tomorrow night, take this candle, and when he sleeps, light it to see his true face. Hold it close to your heart, so the wax won't fall on him.
Hannah nodded, torn between love and trust. Back at the castle, night wrapped the towers in silver fog. Hannah lay awake. When the bear prince entered and sleep settled over him, she crept to the hearth, lit the candle, and held it high. In the glow, she saw a handsome prince, golden-haired, peace upon his brow.
Oh, how wonderful you are.
In her excitement, 3 drops of candle wax fell onto his white shirt.
Ah!
He woke, sadness clouding his eyes.
You promised never to seek my form. Now the spell is broken. My stepmother's curse will draw me away. I must go marry another princess, far to the east, east of the sun and west of the moon.
Forgive me. Let me come.
Before she could beg him to stay, he was gone. But a storm of magic swirled. When morning came, the castle was gone. Hannah lay on moss in a dark wood, her silver bell silent beside her. Hannah wept until the sun was high. Then she rose, brushed damp leaves from her skirts and pressed her lips together.
I will find him.
She would not give up. She would follow him even to the ends of the earth. She walked for weeks. At a jagged cliff she met an old woman beside a fire, carding wool with a golden comb.
Excuse me. Do you know the way to the castle that lies east of the sun and west of the moon?
I know nothing of that castle, child, but borrow my horse, ride north to my sister, and take this golden apple to open doors.
Hannah thanked her, rode, and reached a second cliff. She asked the old woman's sister if she knew where the castle was.
Keep riding east. Take my golden spinning wheel as a gift.
The third old woman offered a golden spindle and counsel.
Seek the north wind.
Guided by starlight, she found the east wind's hollow and asked the east wind for help.
I've not blown so far, but I'll carry you to my brother West Wind.
The west wind whisked her to the south wind, the south to the roaring palace of the north.
Few mortals reach me, but yes, I once brushed the castle walls. Climb on.
Through tempests, the north wind bore her across seas and dropped her gently before a tower of white stone.
That is all the breath I have, brave girl. Farewell.
Inside lived a proud princess with a very long nose. Guards blocked the gate.
Good sirs, accept this golden apple and let me speak to the prince tonight.
Agreed.
That night she knocked softly on the prince's door, but found him deep in enchanted sleep. She tugged his sleeve, she whispered, she wept, but he did not stir. At dawn, the long-nosed princess chased her away. Next day she traded the golden comb. Again, sleep held him fast. And the third day she offered the spinning wheel. One last chance. This time the prince was ready. His cruel stepmother had brought him a sleeping potion disguised as wine, but weeping prisoners of the castle warned him of the trick. He pretended to drink but let the cup fall. When the girl entered, calling his name, he opened his eyes.
It is you! Tomorrow I wed the long-nosed princess, but first I have a shirt stained by 3 drops of wax. Only my true bride may wash it.
At the wedding feast, The wicked stepmother and the long-nosed princess tried to wash the shirt, but only made the stains grow darker and larger until the fabric was as black as coal.
Bring the brave girl who will try.
He turned to the girl. Will you wash this shirt for me?
I will.
She dipped the shirt into pure spring water, rubbed gently, and the stains vanished like mist. The shirt shone whiter than snow. Smoke curled. The witch and false bride shrieked and vanished in a whirl of shadows. Chains fell from prisoners.
Will you be my queen?
With all my heart.
Saddlebags filled with silver, gold, and jewels. The north wind returned, playful now, and carried them home to the woodcutter's cottage. 3 days and nights they feasted, dancing, storytelling, laughter.
My girl, my queen.
Welcome home, brave hearts.
At last they rode the magical wind back to the hidden castle, now free of curses. Hannah and the prince opened its gates to villagers, teaching that kindness and courage break any spell. And so they lived, beloved by all, east of the sun, west of the moon, and very near to joy and friendship. The end. Thank you for joining our adventure. If you like this story, tap the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a tale. Share this video with friends who love magic and bravery. Until next time, keep imagining, and remember, every act of kindness writes its own fairy tale.